why were you and Cupid fighting about archery?
It's just a stupid competition. I don't really remember. It could have been something about how lame he looked when he was trying to shoot his bow, but it didn't matter.
Why doesn't it matter, Apollo?
Because Daphne's the greatest thing that ever happened to me. She's so beautiful and lively. How could anyone care about a silly contest when she's here?
You do know what happened to her, right?
What happened to her? Is she alright?
Well, she got turned into a tree by her father.
Oh, I already knew that. That's the most stunning tree in the entire forest, isn't it?
I guess it's just a tree, though.
She's not just a tree. She is the tree. And don't hit on my woman.
Apollo, I'm clearly the better archer.
You Jess, I'm clearly the best shot in the world.
I hark at those accusations.
You're nothing but a mere child playing a man's game.
What the hell?
Cupid, how do you feel about archery?
Archery is my thing, besides love, of course.
Alright, why were you and Apollo fighting about archery?
He was totally hating on me, said I wasn't really a man.
You alright, Cupid?
Yeah, I'm fine. Next question, please.
Alright then, why did you shoot Daphne with the hate arrow?
Because she's super beautiful and I just wanted to see him fail.
After knowing what happens to Daphne, do you regret your actions at all?
Well, kinda. I guess, if I would have known he'd have the hots for a tree, I'd just shoot the tree and save Daphne the trouble.
What love has struck me this divine beauty?
What kind of woman would ever want to be with you?
Oh, my emotions when I release my arrows.
Wait! Help me, Father, and save me from this horrible man.
Miss Greystone, you are an expert on Greek mythology, correct?
Yes, specifically the story of Apollo and Daphne.
That's why we got you here, Mrs. Greystone. Now, could you tell us who is responsible for Apollo and Daphne's relationship?
Most people would say it's Cupid's fault, and as far as the actual start of the relationship, it is his fault. However, they are both under Cupid's power and have no control over their emotions.
What leads you to that conclusion?
At the end of the story, when Daphne has been transformed, Apollo is still in love with her. She wilts overriding Cupid's hate arrow.
But Apollo is still in love with Daphne. Why doesn't he shed Cupid's love arrow and pursue someone else?
Apollo may be attracted to Daphne even without the arrow. Influence may have been thinking that his confidence, persistence, and status would wear her down.
Is there anything else of importance from Apollo and Daphne's relationship?
Some people say that Apollo is true to the love arrow, then Daphne to the hate arrow, to show that love is stranger force than hate.
Daphne, I love you. Let it be known that your branch is victory.
All right, my branch shall be yours.
Phineas, what was your biggest concern at the beginning of this story?
Well, to tell the truth there, Bob, I wanted grandchildren. Kids, I love kids, you know. I'm getting to that point in my life where I'm getting older. Clearly, you can see I'm aging. And so I just want to sit back in my comfy chair, have a couple of kids on my lap, and send them home with a bunch of candy on that 5-hour drive home.
But Daphne didn't want to give you grandchildren, did she?
No, she didn't. I have other kids, though, but yeah, I respect her decision.
So I take it you're a very supportive father.
Yes. I 100% support Daphne's idea of Chase.
Why did you turn her into a tree then?
Funny story. I was sitting there and prayer comes in. Not used to that, so I'm on the spot. I thought to myself, well, Phineas, what is the most unattractive thing you could think of? And so I thought to myself, a tree. So I turned her into a tree.
And that was the exact process in reaching the decision?
I had a grape or two, but yeah.
Ah.
Now, if you excuse me, I have business.
Daphne, to avoid Apollo, you pray to your father to take away your beauty. He then turns you into a tree. What happens next?
He still likes me. It's totally odd and creepy, but he still likes me.
What can you do about that? Can you do anything?
I could ask my father to change me back, but what would be the point? He'd just find me again and I'd be his. There isn't much I can do now.
Are you angry at Cupid for doing this to you?
That kid did this? Great. Yes, I'm pissed at him, but I'm a tree.
So, do you kind of like Apollo now?
It's not that I like him, it's more like he's the only guy out there who's in love with a tree. Well, in love with me in tree form.
That seems like commitment if there ever was any.
You're right. It's sort of sweet. But he still creeps me out, and I hate that I'm a tree because of him and this damn contest.
Apollo, you love this girl from the moment you saw her, right?
Yes, exactly. She's the most beautiful tree I've ever laid my eyes on.
And in return for your love and affection, she flees from every advancement, spurs your every promise, and even asks her father to take away her beauty to escape you. Do you think it would be a good idea just to let her be?
But I love her. I'd never do anything she would not want to do. I'm a very respectful guy and I treat my girl very well.
But she never wanted to be your girl, Apollo. She wanted to live a life of chastity.
Chastity sucks. She really didn't want that at all.
Did you ask her that?
No.
How would you like to talk to Daphne face to face?
Yes. Oh, Zeus, yes.
You two are finally together again. Now, is there anything you'd like to say to...
Oh, Daphne, you are the most wonderful being in all the universe. You are a ray of sunshine on a rainy day. You are a lovely oasis in the midst of an unending desert. You are...
Oh, shut it. Would you just mind turning off the camera for a few minutes?
Daphne, you just read my mind.
Yeah, and it's probably empty. Now, a moment, please.
I love you too, babe.
Ugh, you weirdo. Leave me alone.
I never ever will, darling, ever.
Why? Why can't you just find someone else?
That's unfaithfulness, my sweet. I want to be with you forever.
Make him go away.
Apollo, is there any last thing you'd like to tell Daphne before you go on and leave?
Daphne, I know our relationship has been a rocky one, and though I've tried my hardest, I've never made you happy. I ask you one thing.
What is it, Apollo?
Will you could you be
What?
my quiver?
Will you leave me alone afterwards?
If my lady wishes, as long as she becomes my quiver.
Sure, whatever. Creep.